Hello everyone, I'm Raj from EPK Capital and welcome back to our channel. At EPK Capital, we do one thing with absolute focus. We build wealth for generations. Today, we are going to talk about a topic that keeps almost every parent awake at night. As parents, we celebrate all the beautiful milestones, our child's first steps, their first words, and their first day of school. But at the back of our minds, there is always a ticking clock. We constantly ask ourselves, will I have enough money to give them the absolute best higher education when they turn 18? It is a completely valid worry. The cost of education is rising faster than almost anything else in our economy. Let's look at the reality. If a premium college degree costs 20 lakh rupees today, we have to factor in an education inflation rate of about 10 to 12%. That means that the exact same degree will easily cost around 80 lakh to 1 crore rupees in 15 years. Let that sink in. To build that kind of wealth, keeping your money in a regular bank savings account simply won't work. You need a deliberate strategy. Today, we are going to simplify and compare two of the most popular investment options in India for your child's future. The Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, often called SSY, and children's mutual funds. Let's break them down without the complicated financial jargon so you can make the right, informed choice for your family. Let's start with the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. If you have a daughter under the age of 10, you have likely heard of this government-backed scheme. It was designed specifically to secure the financial future of the girl child, and it does a remarkable job at providing security. What makes SSY so attractive to parents? First and foremost, it's the safety. Because it is backed by a sovereign guarantee from the Government of India, your capital is completely safe. Second, the interest rate. The SSY historically offers one of the best fixed income interest rates available, currently standing at 8.2% per annum, compounded annually. And third, it comes with a massive tax advantage. It falls under the exempt, or E category. This means the money you invest, up to 1.5 lakh rupees a year, gives you a tax deduction under Section 80C. The interest you earn year on year is tax-free, and the final maturity amount you withdraw is also completely tax-free. But as an investor, you must understand its limitations. You can only open it for a girl child. The lock-in period is quite long. The account matures after 21 years from the date of opening. The biggest hidden catch, however, is inflation. While 8.2% is a great, safe return, remember the math we did earlier. Education costs are rising at 10 to 12%. This means the money in an SSY account is growing steadily, but its actual purchasing power might still fall slightly short of the actual college fees when admission day finally arrives. As a bonus, I have created an in-depth guide to the 7 costly tax traps for high net worth NRIs, a strategic report on avoidance and compliance. You can download it simply by clicking on the link in the description. Let's continue now. This brings us to the second option, mutual funds, specifically equity mutual funds designed for long-term goals like your child's future. Unlike the SSY, mutual funds invest your money into the stock market, into the businesses that are driving India's economic growth. You can opt for specific children's funds, which usually come with a lock-in period. Honestly, this lock-in is actually a psychological benefit. It forces discipline. Now, why should you consider taking on market risk? One word, growth. Over a long period, diversified equity mutual funds have delivered average annualized returns of around 12 to 15%. Let's look at the power of compounding. If you invest just 10,000 rupees a month through and SIP for 15 years, and we assume a realistic 12% return, your total out-of-pocket investment of 18 lakhs grows into nearly 50 lakhs. This kind of aggressive growth is what actually beats education inflation and creates real wealth. Of course, the trade-off here is market volatility. The stock market goes up and down in the short term. It can be scary to see your portfolio dip. However, history has shown us that over long periods, Like the 15 years you have before your child goes to college, these short term bumps smooth out, heavily rewarding the patient investor. Also, unlike the tax free SSY, equity mutual fund returns are subject to long term capital gains tax, which currently stands at 12.5% on gains over 1.25 lakh rupees. But even after paying those taxes to the government, the net wealth created for your child is generally much larger than traditional safe investments. So, looking at these facts, how do you choose? It usually comes down to your personal risk appetite. If you absolutely cannot stomach the idea of your investment temporarily going down in value, and you have a daughter, the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana is a fantastic, sleep peacefully at night option. But if you want to aggressively outpace inflation, build a massive corpus, and you have a time horizon of more than 10 years, equity mutual funds are the clear winner. But here is a wealth management secret that we often share with our clients. You don't actually have to choose just one. The most successful wealth building strategies involve balance. In the financial world, we call this asset allocation. If you have a daughter, you can use the SSY as the debt or safe portion. Simultaneously, you can start and sip in an equity mutual fund as the growth engine. If you have a son, you aren't left out. You can simply replace the SSY with a public provident fund or PPF to act as that safe portion running right alongside your mutual funds. By blending the two, you get the absolute best of both worlds, peace of mind and the aggressive compounding growth needed to comfortably afford that dream college. Investing for your child's future is not a guessing game. It is a mathematical certainty if you start early. Your action item for today is simple. Calculate exactly how many years you have until they turn 18. Once you see that number, you will realize that the best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is today. You don't have to figure it out alone. At EPK Capital, we don't just pick mutual funds for you. We design customized, stress-tested financial roadmaps. We build wealth for generations. If you are curious about a personalized strategy, reach out to us. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more insights. Until next time, I'm Raj. Invest smart and take care.